Right, well, I know you've told the story before, Tony, but it's always fascinating. It was your idea. It was Florizel Street, wasn't it?
Originally, it was Florizel Street, and then Agnes, the tea lady, said, "You can't have that, Tony. It sounds like a disinfectant." And Bill Roach couldn't pronounce it. He said Florizel, and I saw what Agnes meant.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So who decided to say Coronation Street?
Well, I actually had no say in it, because three people went out. There were three Harrys. There was Harry Elton, who was the Canadian executive producer, Harry Latham and Harry Kershaw. Two of them are under the sod now. Harry Elton is in Canada. And they went out and left me with an episode to write overnight. So they were the ones who argued all the toss. And it was a toss-up between Jubilee Street and Coronation Street. Yeah. And there was the Jubilee show on at the time. But nevertheless, Jubilee Street, everybody thought had won. But then the TV Times printed Coronation Street, so that's how it came out.
Do you think it's still as, if you like, relevant to Northern life as it was then?
It's a very different animal today from the show that it originally was. Today, it's a teddy bear and a comfort blanket for grown-ups.
Yeah. And it's very funny. It's got a very funny, very sharp script, yeah.
But then it was, you have to understand that everybody was very twin sets and pearls, and actors and actresses were ladies and gentlemen, and everything was Southern based. And suddenly here was a show using Northern artists, made in the North. And these were people who'd only ever been allowed to be extras in the background. And suddenly all that pent-up energy was exploding all over the screen. So we were something new, something totally different. Seems odd now to think.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's what my mother sort of used to dismiss as kitchen sink stuff. But sort of done for real in the earlier.
Very, very real.
I mean, Pat Phoenix, Elsie Tanner, I mean, a very strong, fiery and fairly slutty character.
Oh, yes. I mean, as Tony said, that she was little more than a prostitute, really, at the beginning.
Yeah.
And we used to have wonderful scenes over the back walls between her and her daughter. And the daughter would have the curlers in, and they'd be hanging up the washing. And then you would get the shots at the kitchen sink and slamming down the cups and saucers and
I can remember one of the artists saying, "Oh, you know, we're getting posh. We've not had a lavatory chain flush for weeks."
Well, look, I mean, there are so many clips that we could show, and we'll be showing some more later on, but we've dug out the two that are your personal, absolute, all-time favourites, right? So let's look at Darren's. This is Darren's favourite clip first.
You two-faced old bat! You'll stay here until we've sorted this thing out one way or the other.
Get off me sleeve, I've already sorted it out.
You are
in
not
my
holding
mind.
me up to this sort of thing and then sweeping out on me.
Now, look here. You'll only move me out of this house when I want to go. In the meantime, go jump in the cots. You... My way!
Go on, don't forget.
Put me down!
Mrs. Sharples, you're too old for this sort of thing.
Oh, lovely.
You see how they angle the legs to look good.
You see that, the kick? Yeah, it's wonderful.
And what was your favourite clip, Tony? It was Ina, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, I'm very hard pushed. It's anything from the first 12 episodes is my favourite.
Well, we've got one, which I think is just wonderful. It's Ina in hospital.
All right, if that's how you feel, I'll stop a bit longer.
Oh, don't put yourself out about me. All I remember is my mother used to say that if God had intended women to smoke, he'd have put chimblies in their heads. Of course, they were more fond of pipes in them days.
I'm sorry I'm a bit late, but I was delayed.
Oh, it's very good of you to come at all.
You're in everybody's thoughts, Ida. Miss Nugent said to me only this afternoon, we must all remember Mrs. Sharples in our prayers tonight. That was when we were setting up tables.
What tables?
We're glad tidings.
What were you doing there?
Helping out.
Helping out, so that's your game out to cut my job, are you? Here I lie and torment till you moving. Oh, I should have known all last week you were talking about your rent going up. You, Martha Longest, you snake. I know what you're after. You're after me vestry.
Did you know, as you were writing it in those days, did you intend it to be slightly camp? I mean, was that an intention of yours, or did it just come through?
Richard, I wrote it.
So why ask? Yeah.
No, seriously, because it's always had that slightly camp edge, isn't it?
But people are slightly camp given half a chance. It just depends which ear you're listening with. If you're listening with my ear, they're probably slightly camp.
But I mean, we must mention this because everyone, you've just written a book called Behind Closed Doors, which actually is the more gritty side of Manchester life. That sort of ends where Coronation Street begins?
Yes, but Behind Closed Doors ends in December 1960. And what I've done is I've written a novel that confronts some of the things that I couldn't write about in Coronation Street. For instance, I've often said when people say, where did you get the idea from Coronation Street? I said, oh, I was coming back off Cross Lane Market, and the outside the Hippodrome on Cross Lane, it said, strip, strip, hooray, we've nothing on tonight. Well, I tell the story of a girl who is in one of those tacky reviews, of another girl who tells lies to her own diary, but is middle class. And I couldn't confront middle class issues because they were not fashionable in 1960. And of a boy who is gay and thinks he's the only one on earth until he reads in the Sunday papers there are others, and he goes to town to find more.
Right. Okay. Well, look.
And this follows on from The Lights of Manchester, which got fabulous reviews.
It doesn't follow on from it. If you like The Lights of Manchester, you like that.
I meant in the order in which you've written them. That's all.
It's the third one, yeah.
Right. Being dubbed the Armistead Maupin of Manchester. Really.
Armistead likes my books, which is nice.
He's a brilliant writer. Dan, I'm sorry not have much chance to talk to you. You will get your chance to flower in the phone-in because you're going to know all the answers to this. Today's phone-in is all about Coronation Street. If you've got any questions on it, give Tony and Darren a call on 0345 55 1000. Darren especially knows all there is to know, every episode, every line. And as we say, Tony's the guy who had that inspirational idea 35 years ago, the idea that led to the most popular and longest-running drama series in the history of television. So if you want to quiz them on Elsie Tanner's love life, Jack Duckworth's pigeons, or even the ingredients of Betty's hot pot, give them a ring. They're waiting for your calls.
Anything at all, this guy can answer. Any of those niggling questions you've had for years that no one else can answer, he will. Right, we're going to take a break now. In a minute, we'll be talking to Cheryl and Jonathan.
I've made that plate ever since I put it up there instead of one of those vulgar pin-up calendars from the brewery. You've done it on purpose. Oh, yes, you have. You've done it deliberate. You've no consideration. This was just a valuable antique that added a badly needed touch of gracious living to this place, but not for Jack Walker. Oh, no. You'd rather have Miss November coming through the fog in a nylon nightie and a mink muff.
Oh, Annie and Jack.
I think she had the words on the plate, actually.
I suspected that a little too, the Marlon Brando touch. Yeah.
Both sadly now long gone. Look, welcome back to our phone-in, which is on 35 years of Coronation Street. We promised you anything you want to know. Darren here, Daran Little, the Street's archivist, will be able to tell you. And Tony, who thought of the idea, Tony Warren, who dreamed up the idea in the first place, will try and remember. Well, you're not. Listen, I mentioned Tony's book, Behind Closed Doors. It's only fair that I mentioned Darren's, this huge tome here, The Coronation Street Story. And it's got all the sort of facsimiles of people's autographs and stuff all over it. God, that must take you forever to write. OK, shall we get on to the first call? Yep. Who is Marilyn from Derbyshire. Good morning, Marilyn.
Good morning.
Good morning. What do you want to ask?
Well, when I was at school, we used to write a diary, and I used to write about Coronation Street. I've got the diary in front of me.
Yeah.
And the entry for November the 21st, which I think was about 1960, it says, last night I watched Coronation Street. Rupert had bit a piece out of Elsie Tanner's thumb. Now, I can't recall who Rupert was.
How old were you at the time?
I'd be 6, I think.
Oh. Yes, we know. It was beyond 1960. What happened was there was an equity strike, and we were only allowed to use a certain number of actors who were under long-term contract.
Right.
Rupert was a chimpanzee. And so, because what we did was we got round this ruling by using animals and children. The milkman became 11.
It was March 62.
And it was a famous chimpanzee. Yeah. He'd been Cheetah in the original Tarzan film. Yeah. But by the time we got him, you know, they owned chimpanzees.
They get nasty.
He got very nasty.
So this actually was a real attack.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. And Pat, the great animal lover, was not mistaken for St. Francis of Assisi.
And it escaped. Yeah. In part of the storyline, it escaped.
Yeah.
And Dennis was looking after it, was running through the night looking for it.
Dennis was Elsie's son.
Dennis was Elsie's son, and he looked after all these animals.
Yeah.
And the monkey actually escaped and went into the Rover's snug and sat in Ina's chair.
Right.
And it was night, and Jack Annie had to come down for there's a disturbance. And Jack said, Look who sat in Ina's chair, and it was this monkey.
Yeah. Chimpanzee. And so, and Elsie presumably went to move it. And how did it bite a piece out of Elsie's thumb?
Well, it was wild. It would go all over the place. It was absolutely wild. You used to sit on people's shoulders and jump from one to another.
That's what Hilda later would have called burlesque.
Went burlesque. So, Marilyn, does that jog the memory now? Do you remember it now?
I don't know, but it must have made quite an impression on me at the time.
Well, actually, Marilyn, they were making it all up.
Do you have any, do you have any strange feelings towards chimpanzees that you can't analyse?
No.
Maybe I wondered if it would entered your subconscious. Thanks for calling. Listen, talking about Hilda, did you say Hilda would have said he went burlesque?
Yes.
Burlesque.
We had a couple of people at the end of last week who were actually featuring in a documentary made by Channel 4 called The Real Coronation Street over the weekend. And they live in a street called Coronation Street in Salford. And the lady who was on, Joan, she said she loves it. She loves everything about it. But what she got her really upset was seeing Hilda Ogden put the milk bottle on the table, because she said in their Coronation Street, nobody would ever do something as really as slutty as that, basically. They'd always put the milk into a jug before it went on. And she got really offended by that.
The Ogdens were a scruffy family. I remember somebody saying the Ogdens always had the wrong brand of sauce. The brand they had was too posh.
They used to put, they didn't have a tablecloth, they used to put the sheets of newspaper.
That's right, yes.
Across the table.
Yeah, I've forgotten actually how awful they were. No, but they were wonderful characters.
So they didn't they weren't meant to typify.
No, but there's always been a slightly slutty family. Elsie was the first one.
Yeah.
She always had Stera, a bottle of Stera on the table.
The Ogdens were very, very slutty to begin with. I mean, they were a horrible family. He used to beat her up. And
Ogdens?
yes, right at the beginning.
To start with,
he was
the
a drunkard.
Ogdens were rough as a trough, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They got very cosy in the end, didn't they?
Yes, they were meant to have 4 children of varying ages, but we only ever cast 2.
Right.
And the rest were just always conveniently away somewhere.
Well, we tied them up into a home rather early on.
One of them's been born again and is nowadays Nellie Dingle.
That's right, Sandra Goff.
Oh, good. Well, that's a nice aside.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
well, look, we've got a question about Jack Duckworth coming up. Let's see him first, shall we?
You're too late. The police have just raided us.
Oh, good, I'm only stopping a minute, Jack.
And me. Hey, well, you'll miss the orgy. Don't you live next door but one?
Oh, yeah. We're not too early, are we?
No, yet. Come on in. Hey, it's Spanish night. Only. Right, folks. What would you like to do?
A beer.
I'll have a glass of wine if you have it, please.
That's fine, as long as you don't mind it's in pint pots.
Just what I expected.
Hey?
Tatty. Just look at that daft bar. It's like someone off a fairground.
Well, what was going on there, Darren? I mean,
That was the Duckworth's housewarming
and
from
Vera looked
83.
very fed up when the
Well,
Ogdens came.
the Ogdens were gate crashing. And later on, Vera throws them out. But the best thing about that episode is that Terry, the son, worked in the abattoir, and they got him to bring back a load of sausages. And she said, we'll have sausages on sticks. And they were these whacking great big bangers with little cocktail sticks.
Well, Gary, you're on the line from Kent. Morning, Gary.
Morning.
Morning. What's your question about Jack?
Well, the question really, hopefully, will solve my 4-year argument with my wife that Jack Duckworth was an extra before he actually got the part.
Yes, absolutely true. Absolutely true. Jack was an extra. And it was really rather nice when he first rose to prominence. You used to see him walking down the corridors at the studio, and walking about 3 paces behind him were some of the other extras, and he was kind of their hero because he'd done it.
Brilliant. So he played what, varied parts then as an extra, did he? He'd be a milkman one day.
He was often in the Rovers,
Yeah.
but we featured him a couple of times. Once he was a dart player, and he threw his dart, and as he threw it, he banged down the bar flap in the Rovers down onto Ernie Bishop's fingers, and Ernie was just about to go and play the piano for Rita, and he couldn't go on.
Right. You see, but Richard, this reinforces this thing that many people in Coronation Street have been extras.
Yeah.
For instance, Pat Phoenix and Doris Speed, long before they were famous in the street, were extras in weekend programmes for ABC television at Didsbury. Yeah.
Gosh, yes, I know.
Near to where you live.
Near where we live, just
Yeah.
around the corner, yeah.
They actually, I'm sure Vera too. I mean, I don't know if she was actually an extra, but she had a very tiny part
Yes.
in the factory, didn't she? She was a machinist.
A very, very small part when we had the mail order warehouse.
That's right.
In Coronation Street. Yeah, from '74, she was very, very small parts. In fact, we've got a lovely clip of her in the office. Sometimes we look at it when she's playing football in the street, and you can only tell it's her because of the hair.
Well, look, Gary, you've won the argument then. 4 years. What's your wife called?
Alison?
Is she there?
No, she's at work.
Oh, what a shame. We're going to get her on and get her to eat humble pie. Did you have a bet on it?
Basically, he was cooking dinner tonight.
So she's
So
cooking
tonight's
dinner.
the night. Have you taped this?
Sorry?
Have you taped this?
Yes, I have.
Good. Well, you can play it in all its glory tonight. Well done. You win. You win.
Thanks very much for calling, Gary. Sharon from London. Morning, Sharon.
Hello.
This is one of those incredibly... How do you remember this? Go on, what's your question?
Right, okay. Well, one of the first episodes I remember watching when I was little was when Tracy was left outside the pub by Deirdre, and a lorry crashed into the front of the pub. And I just wondered why Deirdre actually left Tracy out the front of the pub in the first place.
Oh, well.
That's a real Darren question, that is. Go on.
This was March 79. And Deirdre...
You're going into hypnotise mode now.
Yes.
Mr. Memory Man strikes. Go on.
Deirdre was going to the Rovers, and she was wheeling Tracy in front of her. She was going to the Rovers to return a knitting pattern to Annie Walker.
Right.
So she leaves Tracy outside the Rovers, and she goes in and she's talking to Annie to return the knitting pattern. And they're just having a chat, and whilst having a chat, there's this almighty crash outside, and they go tearing outside, and Betty's lying on the floor covered in blood, and there's a load of timber that's going through the window. Yeah. And she opens the door, there's all this timber, and she starts screaming, Tracy, Tracy. In fact, Anne Kirkbride, who did it so often. We did the recording outside before we do the studio. Yeah. And she spent all weekend standing on this pile of logs shouting, Tracy, Tracy. But by the time she actually came to film the interiors, when she's doing the scenes with Doris, it's like, oh, Mrs. Walker! Because she was so hoarse. But it was so convenient because she thought Tracy had died and she went off clutching Tracy's little pink elephant. And tried to commit suicide on the canal side. But it's very, very fortunate because this disturbed woman...
It's so lightly.
Oh, well, this disturbed woman had come along just a second before the lorry crashed and nicked Tracy, kidnapped her, and she was found walking in the park, so it all came well in the end.
God, what a memory. But to be pedantic about this, the question was, why did Deirdre leave her outside? Why didn't she take her in? Is that what you're asking, Sharon?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Annie refused to have children in the pub. She wouldn't have it.
She wouldn't have kids in the pub, and it was only a quick visit anyway.
That's right.
And Tracy went on to become the teenager from hell, as we all know. All right, thank you very much, Sharon. Are you satisfied now?
Yeah, that's brilliant, thanks.
This man knows everything.
Sleep at last.
Right, now, Michelle from Staffordshire. Hello, Michelle.
Hello.
Music. You want to know where did the music come from?
Yeah, where the idea come for the music and who composed it. Only I've got a border collie at home, and every time it comes on, she sings along to it. She has done since she was 8 weeks old. We had her on the Sunday, and on the Monday night, that was it from then. It's just a whole chorus of Coronation Street.
Well, hang on. Can I ask Vaughan, our sound man, have we got the tape standing by?
All right.
Give you a minute and we're going to play it and we'll see if it works.
In the meantime, where did it come from?
I'm sorry, I've had border collies too, so I can believe anything of border collies.
They're mad, aren't they?
They're magic dogs.
Yeah.
But the music was written by a man called Eric Spear. And first of all, he did a very rumpty-tumpty-tumpty-tum tune, and which I hated so much that he came over from the Channel Islands with this other version. And he was a big man. He was, I've really grown to the same size. I was about that thin in those days. And he had a glass of brandy in either hand. And I'd never seen anybody do that before, but, you know, I waited 2 years and it was me. Not anymore.
But he composed it, you know, with the Northern Brass in mind.
Yes, and I can remember, I didn't like the first one, and I said it should be something that sounds like a lonely hooter on the ship canal, and that's what came out.
Did you like it? Did you
like very much, I still do. But I'm not having it at my funeral. No, you know what I'm having? You know what I'm having? I'm having the EastEnders theme, because they've pinched everything else. I'm having a bit back at the end.
All right, well, listen, have we got that music? Go on, Judy.
It must have been revamped quite considerably since it came on.
No, it hasn't been revamped. We changed it once for Emily Nugent's marriage to Ernie Bishop in 1972, and it was done with a steel band.
This is your actual Coronation Street music. But basically, that's how it's been more or less since day one.
Absolutely, 35 years.
Well, okay, let's fade it up and let's get the dog up to the phone. Bring the dog to the dog and bone, Michelle. Let's hear it. Will it sing?
Obviously not.
Come on, get that dog singing.
It's true, it's true. It's true. I love it.
Is that all we're going to get? Oh, well, not bad. Oh, what's the dog called?
What's Sally. Sally.
Sit down, Sally.
I bet she normally does it better than that. They will never do it absolutely on
No, but that wasn't bad, actually, for live telly. They usually don't do a thing. Good
Michelle
stuff.
and Sally, thank you very much indeed. Philip from Lancashire now. Now, Philip, you want to know what happened to... Go on, you put in your own words.
Right, Martha Longhurst died in the snug, didn't she?
Of a heart attack.
Of a heart attack.
Yeah.
But whatever happened to Ena and Minnie?
Oh,
no.
well,
well, we could sit here.
You do Ina. You do Ina.
Ina is living in St Anne's, and Ina is
Still?
not dead. Nobody has ever
not
had the
dead.
nerve to kill off Ina.
No.
Ina is living in St Anne's with
Henry Foster.
With Henry Foster.
Yeah.
Who's Henry Foster?
He's a
long
gent.
story.
Henry Foster.
Henry
It takes forever.
Foster, it takes forever.
It takes forever. You do Minnie.
Yes.
But
Minnie?
hang on. How old is Ina now, then?
Well, she was born in 1899.
So she's
just a girl of 96.
96. Still
Yes.
going strong.
Because Albert Tatler would have been 100 this year, you know, in August. He would have been 100. Yes. Now, Minnie, she was born at the turn of the century. She was born in 1900. So that's
Same year as Noel Coward. They've plenty in common.
And she went to live with a gentleman friend called Handel Gartside to be his housekeeper.
Over the brush.
They all go to be housekeepers, and this was in Whaley Bridge.
And she's still alive?
Oh, yes. You see, we have this thing, we never kill off Ina, Minnie, Elsie, Annie, Hilda, probably. We'd never kill them off.
But one day, I
No, it's nice to have them.
It's nice to think of them.
around. Yes.
Isn't it? They can live to be 120 odd.
Absolutely.
I suppose they all could, yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the answer then, Philip. They're still
Such
alive.
kind hearts.
And living over the brush.
All right, thanks very much.
What would have been better not dwelling on?
It's just a couple of very, very quick ones. Francis from Middlesex. Morning, Francis.
Good morning.
Good morning. You want to know, did Patricia Routledge ever run the snack bar in the street?
Yes, Snape's Cafe.
She did?
Snape's Cafe, yes.
Absolutely.
Hyacinth Bucket.
Yes.
Yeah, she only did 3 episodes.
She's very effective as well.
Very, very good.
So you remember that, do you?
I certainly do. And when she became famous, I thought, I'm sure she worked in the snack bar.
You're dead right. You're dead right, Francis. Well done. Go on,
Right.
Jude.
How many times has Emily Bishop been engaged and married? Asks Maureen from Lancashire.
Well, you've got Swindley. That's Arthur Lowe. She was engaged to him and she jilted him in the altar.
And then I must have everything Hungarian.
Oh, the Hungarian, yes. I love this
Paul
It's a
Cicino,
great
the
story.
actor.
Yes,
Paul
Miklos
Cicino.
Zadig was the character. Hungarian demolition expert, came over, and Emily fell in love with it, and he introduced her to communism. And there was a wonderful scene where he ripped out the hairpins and she shook her hair loose, and they danced barefoot in the flat above the cafe. But they had one night of passion together in Scotland, and then he went off. And then along came Ernie Bishop. Of course, she was engaged
So
to
we'll
him.
have to hurry.
and
How
got
many times
married.
then in all?
She was
and married?
engaged 4 times and married twice.
All right, and very quickly, finally, Mary from Lancashire said, in the first episode, was it called Archer Street?
No, it was always called, well, it was called Florizel Street, then it was called Coronation
When
Street.
you went on air, yeah.
But the opening credits were filmed in Archie Street in Salford.
And that sign would have been visible on the credits.
No,
wouldn't it?
it wasn't on the credits.
mock-up. Oh, I see.
No,
So it's just something that's filtered through
Yeah,
her
and
mind.
one of the lads who lived there was killed in the air disaster.
Yes, you've Duncan Edwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which head is it? Which one? Oh, the man.
The Munich.
Oh, God.
Yes, he lived in Archer
And
Street.
when we went to look at the location, his mother was a lovely old lady, and she showed us all his trophies. Really? I thought of her an old lady then. She was probably about 40. Yeah.
Ah,
Dear
I see.
me.
Comes back to haunt you.
Well, thank you both
very
very
much.
Can we have a round of
Thank you.
applause, please, for our two?
It's like
Thank you.
Trivial
That was
Pursuit.
great. We'll see you at the parties, the 35th anniversary parties.